What budgeting apps are available that really do the job, that is worth getting? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 4 budgeting apps that not only help me manage my monthly budget, track our expenses, but just kind of make life so much easier. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lizzie and I talk all things budgeting related. I also share tutorials on how to make templates using free options, and I love it so much. So if you're interested in hearing what I got to say, then keep on watching. So these are the 4 budgeting apps that I use on a regular basis. I always go to them, and best of all, they are free. Let me go ahead and start my screen recording. That way you can kind of follow along and see, will this work for you? Now, I have an iPhone, so I only know of one of the apps that I will be mentioning that is good for Android users. However, you can look into that. I'm sorry, but I'm just an avid iOS Apple girl. Don't hate me, okay? Okay, let me open up this. So in no particular order, I'm just gonna go ahead and share the ones that I love, I use. Number 1, the Simple Budgeting Envelope app. Now, how I use this app is I keep track of all of my sinking funds. So actually, let me put it on the screen over here. Yeah, I should have moved over sooner. But I keep track of all of my sinking funds. So we got our car maintenance, Christmas, we got some savings account that I'll get into in just a little bit, vacation planning, gifts, all of those, all of those things, I keep it right here. Options for you. So if you don't want to keep track of your sinking funds, an option for you is if you are a cash user, you can track your spending right here on this app. And I think it's just a great way where when you go to the store and you hand over your $20 for whatever the purchase, you can go ahead and click into this envelope, whichever one it is, and you can deduct it right on here by just putting in the dollar amount and just clicking subtract. I just think it's really nice, and it's not bad looking. The next app that I'm gonna go ahead and share with you is one that I've talked about many, many times. It is just amazing. I am a cashless budgeter. However, when I was a cash budgeter, I still used this app in conjunction with my cash envelopes. Now, here is how I use this app. This is the Balance My Checkbook app. It's this blue one right here. And what is nice about this app is that up at the top, it tells you what your bank balance is. Now, I don't have a lot of money in this account, but it's mainly just to pay bills and such. So there's that. But it tells you what your current bank balance is, and also, most importantly, how much you have available to spend. So right now, I only got $4.28. So payday is coming, thank the Lord. When you write up your paycheck budget, so I am a paycheck budgeter. I talk a lot about have a playlist about cash budgeting and monthly budgeting and bill trackers and all of that. When you write out your paycheck budget, we allocate a specific dollar amount for upcoming bills. So we're separating a specific dollar amount so that way in the future we can pay for that bill. That way it's not overwhelming. With this app, when you write up the paycheck budget, you're gonna enter it in right on this app. And when you do that, so for example, let's go to, okay, there's one down here, life insurance Emma. So I separated $17.78 from a particular paycheck for that bill. I wrote it in here because I know I don't wanna spend that dollar amount during the course of the time. That money is already given a job. It's already been placed for a specific bill. So I don't wanna spend that on gas or miscellaneous spending. It's given an assignment. It is meant to pay our life insurance. So when that bill comes out of our bank account, when it is paid, what is nice, you will just then check it off with the blue check. If you saw up at the top, the current balance dropped. So now it increased and now it dropped. So this is a great way for you to track what has come out of your bank account, and it allows you to know what not to spend, what you don't have available. I really like this. One thing that you could do, so I only have one account that I, track on this app. There is an option for you to, up at the top, you'll click that plus button and upgrade. If you like the features of this app, you can upgrade and add other accounts, and it gives you access to different things. But I only have the free option, and it is perfect for how we manage our budget and track everything. I love this app. It's great for my household operating account, and that's how we use it. Moving on to the third app that I use, that I love, that I've preached about many, many times, and that is the Every Dollar app. With the Every Dollar app, how we use it is we plan out for the month. What is our projection? How much do we think we're gonna make for that month? Meaning, what do we actually got to spend? As a single income household, it's very vital for us to project a low income, because my husband, his job, it kind of fluctuates, and sometimes we'll have high months, sometimes we'll have low months. So planning out what the income is vital, but also figuring out what the bills are. So we have our fixed bills like our rent, we have the variable bills like gas and other random spending. And so we plug in those numbers right on here. And what's nice is right now we have the Pro, but you can use the free version of this. And at the bottom, you're gonna see that there's a number 3 with the bubble. I've connected this to our bank accounts. So anytime when we do a transaction, it's gonna flood in here, and I'm able to categorize that into the specific category. It's user friendly, it is so nice. And throughout the month, I'm able to adjust what that planned expense amount is, so that way we still remain at that zero-based budget. And you can track and see, you know, you kind of went overboard on a specific category, and that way next month when you plan out your budget, you can then tweak and adjust as the time goes by. So if I look at that number 3, I will click that, and then I have certain transactions. Now, some of these are business related and I don't include it in here, but let's say, for example, this Chase credit card payment, I can then choose and I can plug in where I want that dollar amount to go. But I love this app. It's very user friendly. The way that you can use it without the Pro, when you write up your paycheck budget, you can then write in, okay, I've set aside a specific dollar amount here, and you know that you've allocated that money, and then that dollar amount then drops of what you have remaining to budget out for or to spend for that category. And the fourth and final budgeting app that I use that is free, it's a newer one. I mentioned it in the last budget app video, but from that time, I have been using this as a part of our tracking and my managing of our finances, and that is the Fudget app. It's very similar to the Balance My Checkbook app. There are a few differences, but how I use this is to just manage and track my accounts, what I'm responsible for. So my husband and I, we do something called Divide and Conquer. It's a system that Jordan Page had mentioned, and he's responsible for certain things that happen in our house, and I'm also responsible for like groceries, making sure that we have household items, cleaning supplies, medical, and then my business account. So I have 3 accounts here that I track, which is my personal account, my business account, and then our health savings account. And what's nice about this is the fact that I can add more than one bank account to track versus the Balance My Checkbook app. You have to upgrade if you want to add multiple bank accounts to manage and track. So I like this because it tells me what my bank balance is and also what the available balance is. I can see what has cleared. So if you see those slashes, I know that that has already cleared the bank, and then it will tell me at the bottom what the available balance is. So how you can use this is possibly for tracking your different categories, so you don't necessarily have to have it be a bank account, but if you want to go like the cashless route, you have more than one bank account, you can track and see what is in a particular category and have it listed right here and telling you how much you actually have available to spend. Now, each app, it plays a vital role in our personal finances and managing our budget. To manage our budget, our monthly budget, we use the app Every Dollar. This is where you plug in and it tells you you are at a zero-based budget. You've given every dollar a job. The second app that we use is tracking our sinking funds, and that's the Simple Budget Envelope app, where we had everything listed. We had our savings accounts, the balances. When we allocate money, we're able to add that. When we take money out of those sinking funds, we're able to subtract that, and we can see what those totals are, and it's just nice having all of those in one place. Now, tracking our bills, what's been paid, how much money we had earned, and staying on track with our accounts. With our main account, we use Balance My Checkbook, and as you saw, I'm able to check and see what bills have cleared the account and see if we're not like overdrawn, how much we have available to spend. And it's just a nice way for us to track like our household operating system. And then the other app that I use is the Fudget app, and that's kind of like the variable tracking and also my business. That's what I use to manage that, my spending. It's nice to have that separate from our main checking account because I'm able to really see how much I have available for groceries, for different spending that I want personally, and then also my business. So those are the 4 budgeting apps that I really think is user-friendly, is worth it, and can help you track and manage your finances. I actually use these on a regular, and I don't see myself using any other app. Now, you can just use one of the apps and not all, but I personally like using all 4 combined because each one plays a specific role. So I'm curious to know what budgeting apps you use, if you use a paid for version, which one, and why do you think it's worth it? Let us know in the comments down below. If I didn't have these apps, I don't know what I would be doing and how I would be tracking our finances. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys right here in a brand new video. Bye guys!